Ricky, David. Have you brought in the kitchen sink? How long does Al think he's staying?
Well, this is already the first load. I've got to go back for Mr. Ventress.
Al, staying here?
Yeah, his chimney collapsed in the storm last night. Went right through his roof. It missed Mrs. Ventress by inches, apparently.
And the insurance is saying it was an act of God.
Oh, not even God would dare to drop a chimney on Mrs. Ventress.
So he's staying here while he sorts it all out. Mrs. Ventress has gone to stay at her sister's. Poor Alf. He's really shaken up by it, you know. Oh, what are you doing? It's a bit early for you, isn't it?
I'm not stopping. Can I have a word?
Yeah, of course. Come through to the snug.
Sonny called me too. She's a regular of mine. She's got heart conditions.
This won't be doing it much good. How's the husband?
Not good.
Oh, can we get that over to ballistics? Tell them it's urgent.
I'll take Mrs. Rumbold inside.
I hope you don't mind me talking to you about it.
No, of course I don't. All that silly gossip's well died down.
Well, it was Sandy's idea, and it was my weekend to have the kids, and she offered to bring them. I usually collect them. And then she offered to stay. Said the kids would benefit from us spending time as a family again.
And did they?
Oh, they loved it. So did I. Well, I slept on the couch downstairs, of course. But Sandy and I, we got on so well. It was like we had a future. I hadn't realised how much I missed it.
I'm really pleased for you, Don. So what now?
I don't know. What should I do, Gina?
Well, all I know is his life's too short, and you've got to grab what you can while it's there.
I don't understand. Who'd want to hurt Leslie?
We'll find that out, Mrs. Rumbold. Are you sure that you didn't see anything?
You're doing really well, Sonia.
I was making a pie. Chicken and leek, it's his favourite. And I heard this noise. It was like a car backfiring. So I went to see what it was, and Leslie was just lying there.
The ambulance is ready.
You'll come with me?
Of course I will.
Walking in the sunshine, sing a little sunshine song. Put a smile upon your face as if there's nothing wrong.
Oh, the water is wide, I can't get o'er, and neither have I wings to fly. Give me a boat. Good morning, Ossifer. Isn't it a beautiful morning? Oh. After the storm, the sky is blue. I feel...
No, it wasn't an accidental shooting. You need to get CID over here pronto. Well, how long? Well, yes, of course you can hold the fort. Yeah, well, as soon as you can, please.
Hey, be quiet!
Don't
tell you again.
God made music to lift the soul, laddie. Let your soul be lifted.
Get out! Out!
Stop that at once!
Georgie, I can't credit it. Georgie Miller as I live in. You were whippet thin, man. What happened? Come here. Georgie.
Put him in a cell, Jonga.
You know him, Sergeant.
No, of course not. Now, go on.
Oh, I've seen lots of lasses on my travels way.
Very nice.
But now my health is centred on Bonnie Kate McGray.
Oscar, We're out of salt and vinegar. Can you,
What's wrong with you? Lost the use of your arms? As well as your senses?
Alf, welcome.
Oh, I'm sorry about the luggage, Gina, but Mrs. Ventris packed.
Well, whatever it takes to make you feel at home.
Oh, it's been an upheaval. But I am grateful to you for taking me in. But I must pay the going rate. I insist.
No way, Alf. You're our guest. You just pay for your drinks. If you're feeling a bit peckish, go and grab yourself something from the kitchen. Do you want a pint?
Ta.
I've looked through his bits and pieces, Sergeant. His name's...
Ewart Martin.
Oh, you do know him?
I did. Hardly recognised him. Ewart Martin, extraordinary. We served in the war together.
Oh. Well, you can have a nice little reunion, can't you? Or not. There was this, too. Leslie Rumbold. It's the man who got shot.
Yes. Yes, that's odd. Thank you, Younger. You best get over to the hospital, give Mason some support. CID won't be here for a while. They're overstretched. We'll be on our own for a day or two.
You all right, Alf?
Oh, grand, thanks. You did say it was all right to help myself.
Of course it is. Fill your boots.
All that and no potatoes just ain't right like green tomatoes.
Did your husband own a gun, Mrs. Rumbold?
Why would he? He sold insurance. Broker, independent. Rumbold Insurance on Lammas Road.
Do you mind if we took a look around his office and your house? It's just routine.
Do you think it would help? The spare keys for the office, they're in my kitchen dresser in a blue china jar.
Thank you.
Leslie deals with companies all over the country. It's very complicated. He's away a lot.
And how were things between you? Has his behaviour changed recently? Do you have any problems?
No. No, I don't think so. There was this tramp came to the house this morning when Leslie was out. I don't think that was a problem. He was rather jolly. He made me laugh. I gave him 2 bob. There was this horrible farmer, disgruntled client, came to the house and shouting the odds.
When was this?
A couple of weeks ago, maybe 10 days. Leslie saw him off. You don't think he...
Do you know his name?
Sorry. Leslie's not going to die, is he?
Aidensfield Arms.
The builder says it's going to be at least 2 weeks. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself all day. Well, I am on compassionate leave. Did I tell you about my chimney?
Several times.
There was this crashing sound.
Well, that was your friend, P.C. Weatherby. He's on a case. He can't make tonight, after all.
Oh, yeah. He said he might pop in. Hey, what have you done with that pork pie that was in the fridge?
Nothing. Never touched it.
Well, there was a new one in there. Just started.
Oh, sorry, Gina. My fault. I ate it.
What, all of it? A catering-sized pork and egg pie?
Well, you did say make yourself at home.
No sign of a gun at Mr. Rumbold's house. The place was clean.
So we've got a probable German bullet and an angry farmer. We need to identify him. You and Weatherby go to Rumbold's office, see what you can dig up.
Sergeant Miller, your old friend in the cells, he had Rumbold's business card, didn't he?
Yes, I imagine he was Mrs. Rumbold's tramp.
Well, he's an old soldier, isn't he? You know, guns and that.
Yes, well, I'll have a word with him when he comes to. In the meantime, check local firearms certificates. If it's a Walter, it'll be registered.
Well, if someone brought it back as a souvenir from the war, then it might not be. My granddad brought back a Jerry bayonet from the Somme. It was his pride and joy.
Yes, well, you can share your family reminiscences later. Get moving.
Doesn't exactly inspire confidence, does it? You take the desk, I'll try the filing cabinets. It's quite a lot of cash here. You'd best give it to his wife for safekeeping. Got ya. This one doesn't mince his words. You're a cheating scumbag, and you're gonna pay for it.
Yes. Yes, thank you.
We've got him, Sarge. The man who threatened Mr. Rumbold. His name's Tillman. Ross Tillman. Longfell Farm.
You better get over there right away. That was the hospital. Leslie Rumbold died 10 minutes ago without regained consciousness. It's now a murder case.
Is that you?
He's your friend.
Alf, can you turn the music down?
Hang on, I'll turn the music down. Yes, Oscar.
The music.
Yes, Mrs. Ventris and I, we like a bit of music before we settle down.
We don't want to wake the baby, do we?
Oh, dear. I don't think I'll get to sleep without my music. I'll keep it low. How's that?
Good. Let's have a look around, shall we?
Well, my mouth allow me.
Oi! I wouldn't if I were you.
I thought you were burglars. What's up?
You got an insurance policy from Leslie Rumbold.
Oh, don't tell me. He's made a complaint. I knew he would. Little runt. Oh, I got angry with him. I threatened him. There, I admit it. But it's him you should be arresting, not me.
Why did you threaten him, Mr. Tillman?
He's handled the insurance on this place for years. Came round every month for his premium like clockwork. And about 6 weeks ago, barn in Longfield burned down. I lost a lot of equipment. So I put my claim in, and nothing. Not a penny. Some inconsistency with the paperwork.
Well, that's his fault, surely.
Well, you'd think so. But one of the many papers I signed is a disclaimer. I can't touch him. I'm well out of pocket.
Where were you between 1 and 2 this afternoon?
I was with my girlfriend. I've been all day. Pub lunch, pictures in the afternoon. Alfie, a good film, I can recommend it.
Leslie Rumbold was shot this afternoon.
Well, you don't think I did it?
Have you got a firearm certificate? Or a shotgun certificate? And can we see any guns that you have on the premises, Mr. Tillman?
Oscar!
Very nice. You've done well for yourself, George. I never could settle. Not after the war. I found out Doreen was messing about with a taxidermist from Rill. Silly mare. I went for a drink. Then I went for a walk. The birds were singing. And the night was so beautiful that I thought, this is what I want. The road. Freedom. To let life fill me with joy. And I kept walking. And to this day, I'm full of joy. Sometimes it smells a wee bit like whiskey.
When we locked you up, we found a business card among your possessions for a Leslie Rumbold.
Oh, yes. I was coming out of that pub in Attercombe Hill. Car knocked me flying. I banged my head. Man gave me his card, said he'd see me right. I was to call round. He'd make it worth my while, he said.
When was this?
Oh, now you're asking. What day is it? Well, he wasn't there anyway. I met his wife. Oh, lovely woman. She gave me 2 bob. Georgie, could I stay here tonight? I'd be no trouble. We could have a wee sing-song, just like the old days. You had a decent baritone, as I recall.
Dawn, coffee.
There we go. One breakfast for you, one for the snorer.
Morning, all. Oh, Gina. Now, that's what I call a breakfast. Do we all sleep well? I certainly did.
Oh, good for you.
Now, when I've been to the building, I've got the day to myself. Is there anything I can do?
Well, we normally take it in turn to wash up the breakfast things.
Oh, well, that'll be fine. Put my name down for it.
Are you sure you want to release me?
Mrs. Rumbold's confirmed your conversation with her. I'm satisfied that that's why you had her husband's card in your pocket.
I could stop a few days. That cell's cosy.
That won't be necessary. Here, take this. For old time's sake.
There was a soldier, a Scottish soldier, who wandered far.
He's not a suspect then.
No. We had a long chat last night. The only person that Ewart Martin is trying to kill is himself.
Oh, thank you, dear. Hi.
How's she doing?
Not great. She needs someone with her, but there's no family.
Morning, Mrs. Rumbold. I was just passing. I thought I'd drop this back to you. It was in your husband's office.
Oh. When was that taken? I've no idea.
That is your husband, isn't it?
Yes, that's Leslie, but I don't know who these other people are.
I have the feeling I've seen that cottage somewhere before, but I can't think where.
Well, Leslie will tell you. He can always explain it. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Ross and me had lunch at the Fox, then went to the 1 o'clock at the ABC. Alfie, it were really depressing.
Did anyone see you?
I'm sure they did. We weren't the only people there. Look, Ross wouldn't hurt anyone, even if they deserved it.
Morning, Bernie.
Oh, for heaven's sake!
Sorry, Mr. Scrap.
Clean overalls this morning, this.
Need any help? I'm at a loose end.
Oh, we're fine, thanks, Alf, really. Oh, David!
Don't fret, I'll get it.
Be my guest. Yeah, David, I'll finish this on my own, thanks.
David, Bernie, I need to pick your brains.
Piccadilly Circus in here today.
Does this cottage look familiar?
Mrs. Sutton's place at Tipton.
No, it's not. No. She's got a big oak tree here in the front.
Could be any one of a dozen places. Sorry, Joe.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
Thought Alf was going to do this.
Yeah, so did I. Crossed wires, obviously. Have you ordered the pork pie yet?
I was just about to phone the butcher.
We need some Scotch eggs as well.
Alf, it's not going to work, this, is it?
Nope.
Anyway, you in a better mood now? You've been like a grumpy old badger.
Well, it's hardly surprising, is it? With Don Weatherby back on the sniff.
Not this again. I thought we sorted this out ages ago.
I'm thinking about your reputation. This is a small village. We don't want people...
I tell you what I don't want. Any more of your jealousy.
Jealous? Me? Don't be ridiculous.
I mean it, Oscar. You say another word to me or to anyone else about this, I'm done with you for good. And I'm not joking.
Any more news on Tillman?
His girlfriend confirms his alibi.
He definitely only has a shotgun licence, so he's keeping the Colt illegally. There's no Walthers registered in a 20-mile radius.
Well, that doesn't help us if the gun isn't registered.
One thing I have picked up, I've checked Leslie Rumbould's car registration. And guess what? It's not his car. It's registered to a Leslie Millwood. The address is in Stape.
Stape? I knew I'd seen it before.
Through the mirror of my mind, time after time, I see reflections of you and me. Reflections of the way life used to be.
Morning, officer. Something wrong?
Just a couple of routine questions, Mrs...
Millwood, Margaret Millwood.
Is your husband's name Leslie?
He's away on business. Has something happened? Can you come, love? Can you come now?
Is this your husband?
Yes. Yes.
Can we step inside?
Tell me what's happened.
I'm very sorry to inform you, but your husband died in Ashfordley General last night. And it would appear, Mrs. Millwood, that he was married to someone else, as well as you.
Mom, what's all the...
Who was first?
I'm sorry?
Who did he marry first? I need to know.
He and Margaret were married in 1947.
We were married in 1943. He was home on leave. It was a whirlwind romance. He's a very romantic man, always. I suppose they've got children.
A daughter. She's 21 now.
I would have liked a daughter. I couldn't, you see. He said it didn't matter. Did she kill him, Miss Margaret?
Leave that to the police, eh? Whoever killed Leslie will be brought to justice.
And you had no idea about Mrs. Rumbold?
Of course not. I'd have been round. I suppose she was younger, was she? Some blonde with a cleavage. Leslie always kept his brains in his trousers.
And you never questioned him working away?
He worked for MacDonald Mutual in Newcastle. He was there half the week, here the rest. He had an office in our dining room.
Actually, he was an independent broker with an office here in Ashfordley.
Was it all a lie, then? All of it? How can anybody live like that for 20-odd years and not get found out? How can anybody afford to? I could kill him. I didn't mean that. Of course I didn't.
Don't get him overexcited, Alf.
Oh, we're fine.
You better have that on the house. It's cheese. We've got no ham left all of a sudden. Thanks.
It's been a bit of a day.
Carol, You haven't heard any talk about me and Don, have you?
Not that I've heard. No, what am I missing?
Nothing. I mean, that's the point. Oscar's got a bee in his bonnet again.
It's nice to have someone who worries about you.
Yeah, I suppose so, but I'm not married to him and he's not my dad. Oh, I could swing from Carol, I really could.
And you had no idea your father was leading a double life?
If I had, I'd have said something, wouldn't I? Anyone would, it'd be human nature.
But he insured your boyfriend, Ross Tillman, and they had a fight. You told me about that this morning.
Ross had a fight with a man called Rumbold. My dad wasn't called Rumbold, he was... Sorry, it's just a bit... I'm still trying to take it in. My dad was a lovely man. Funny, kind, full of stories, daft, some of them. You'd think he was Errol Flynn that had defeated the SS single-handed. Perhaps that was all lies too.
Yesterday afternoon.
We were at the pictures, Ross and me.
Yeah, the usherette has confirmed that. But one of you could have slipped out.
I suppose so. But we didn't.
Where's Lynn?
We still have a few more questions. We'll drop her back as soon as we're done.
Don't keep her long. I need her. There's a lot to sort out.
She's angry, but I suppose she has every right to be. She was at work the day of the shooting, plenty of witnesses.
Witnesses for Lynn and Tillman at the cinema too. But I don't believe it. I think Lynn and her mother found out somehow, and then either they killed him or they got Tillman to do it. He was angry enough.
I'll talk to Lynn. You go to Rumbold's office. We need to know more about his business affairs. Younger, bring Tillman in. And get onto division. Perhaps they might let us know when CID will be here.
Well, we're doing all right without them, aren't we, Sarge?
Yes. Yes, I rather think we are.
He dwelt in bonny Scotland, where bloomed the sweet bluebells, and it's so in my heart that I rue my laddie well.
That was lovely, that was. You put Kenneth McKellar to shame.
Oh, thank you kindly, madam. Can I believe my eyes? A goddess is amongst us.
Oh, get off.
You have the look of Jean Simmons in the robe.
Ah, right. Anyway, I love that film. Michael Rennie were in that. Best-looking man in films, I reckon, Michael Rennie.
A Harrogate lad, I believe.
Indeed. And where are you heading? Do you need a lift?
To the shining borders of the world where the silver light dances beneath a lilac sky.
That far? You won't get there tonight. Do you want somewhere to sleep?
Madam, please. I am no plaything for a lady's boudoir.
I'm offering you toad in the hole and a bale of hay in one of our sheds.
The food of the gods and the comfort of kings.
Well, you better hop in then.
Oh, I love a lassie, a bonny, bonny lassie. She's as pure as the lily in the dell. She's as sweet as the heather, a bonny feather.
Lynn found out about her father, didn't she?
Well, if she did, she never said. Well, why am I here? I was at the pictures.
You had a motive, sir, and an illegally held firearm. And where there's one, there might be others. I've applied for a warrant to search your premises.
Does that worry you?
No, it doesn't.
Lynn knew about her father, didn't she?
Yes. She knew.
Lying to the police is a very serious matter, Miss Millwood.
I didn't see what good telling the truth would do. I could see what you'd think. But Mum didn't kill him. Nor did I, nor did Ross. We were at the pictures. I'm sorry I lied.
How did you find out about your father?
Ross was so angry when his claim was turned down. He wanted to have it out with Mr. Rumbold. I went along, I was worried about what he'd do. He wouldn't let me go in. I waited in the car outside. When Ross came out, he was shaking with anger. I hoped I could calm him down. Then after a bit, this man came out of the office. Well, it was obviously Dad, but it was all wrong. The office, the name of the company, Dad was supposed to be in Newcastle. Ross drove the car at him.
Deliberately?
He swerved at the last minute. Dad jumped out of his skin.
Did he see you?
No, he wasn't due home till the Friday. The next day after work, I waited outside the office. I followed his car to Aidensfield. That's when I saw her. I assumed she was his mistress. I was upset. Hurt. I made a few inquiries. Found out they were a happy married couple, just like Mum and Dad.
When did you tell your mother?
I didn't. I haven't. She adored him. Why would I break her heart? Why would he? I've told you, over and over. I was at the pictures with Ross watching a boring film that sent me to sleep.
If you were asleep, then you can't give Ross an alibi.
I dozed off for a few minutes, that's all.
You'll need one of these after the day you've had.
Oh, I'm just tired, that's all.
Yeah, I bet. Fighting with Gina can take it out of you. Now, is she not speaking to you, or you not speaking to her?
What do you mean?
Well, I am on occasions a private detective, you know. Highly regarded by some. And if you're jealous of Dom Weatherby, you're barking up the wrong tree.
I don't want her to get hurt. Not again.
He's not going to hurt her. He's after getting his wife back. He told me that last week.
Oh, dear, Alf. I think I've made a fool of myself.
Mr. Tillman, we have conducted a search of your premises. In an outbuilding, we've found a number of handguns without certificates. 2 of German manufacture, 1 we believe to have been stolen. Now we will continue the search, and we have every confidence that we will find the murder weapon. Now, we have evidence of violent behaviour on your part. Your girlfriend admits she fell asleep during the film, so you've no alibi. You bore a grudge against the victim who you threatened, both verbally and in writing. All in all, Mr. Tillman, you had motive, means, and opportunity.
This is so wrong.
Ross Edwin Tillman, I am arresting you on the suspicion of the murder of Leslie Arthur Rumbold.
So many tears since you went away. I won't be.
I told her she was a fool to trust you.
Trouble no more.
The housekeeping's all gone and the parsnip wine. I mean, goodness knows where that is.
Under your bed.
What?
The drink's under your bed. And the housekeeping's under my pillow. I'm not a fool, David. I just wanted to give the man a chance.
All right, you found the guns. Should have told you. I buy and sell a bit on the side for cash. My dad was a bit of a collector. He got me interested. Most of them have had it. You can no more fire than wear them on your head.
Even so, a certificate is required.
Well, not for trophies of war.
The law has changed recently.
I didn't know that.
And I don't suppose you knew that a Mauser found amongst those guns was reported stolen last year.
I bought that in good faith for a gun fair at Wolverhampton Easter time.
From a licensed dealer?
From an enthusiast, for cash. I don't declare it to the taxman, that's how I can... Look, I've never owned a Walther P38, I've never shot anybody, I'm not a criminal.
Dealing in stolen goods is a criminal offence.
I didn't know it was stolen, did I?
That's quite a temper you've got, Mr. Tillman.
Well?
Oh, I'm no expert, but it looks like Rumbold was selling insurance fraudulently. Collecting the premiums in cash, but not sending them to the insurance companies.
Well, that would explain how he could afford 2 households. Who else knew?
How did Tillman respond to having his alibi challenged?
Well, he's bright enough to see how this would play in court. I mean, Lynn saying that she dozed off is hardly damning, is it? I mean, could he have slipped out, got back to Aidensfield, shot Rumbold and then got back?
It's dead risky. She could have woken up at any point.
Exactly. No, I think he's guilty of some minor offences, but as for murder, he has the motive and the opportunity. But unless we find the murder weapon and connect him to it, we don't have the means.
So what do we do?
Keep the pressure on. Double-check everything we've got.
Good girl.
Hello, Gene Simmons.
You've got a nerve.
It's all right, David.
No, it's not.
No, you're right, David. I know you were trying to help me, lovely Jean, but sadly I think you're a bit late. Here.
It's a film review annual.
For 1955. I saw it in the window of the junk shop. It's a big feature on Michael Rennie. Pictures, the lot.
Oh, you weren't. Thank you.
Speed, bonny boat, like a bird on the wing. Onward the sailors cry. Carry the lad that's born to be king.
Gina. You and Weatherby. I seem to have put 2 and 2 together and made it 6.
16 more like.
Well, I'm sorry, I really am.
I don't know why you can't accept that a man and a woman can be friends, Oscar.
Just never happened in my day.
You've got nothing to be afraid of, you know. Well, except for the ear bending you're going to get off me and Dawn if you don't tell Alf he's got to go.
Go? How am I supposed to tell him that?
PC Younger. And how is my favourite policeman this glorious sunny morning?
Busy.
Oh. I was after a word with Sergeant Georgie.
You can't. He's occupied. Please don't wait.
That was Carol. Sonia Rumbold won't answer her daughter.
Mrs. Rumbold. That poor woman. So nice she was to me that day I called. She gave me 2 bob.
I want to check on her.
And that niece of hers, pretty as the morning dew on a buttercup.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Martin. That's a no.
Sonia Rumbold has a niece. Well, Carol told me that she didn't have any relatives.
No, she said it was her niece. She was just leaving the house when I called. Like a wee kelpie. Lovely, flowing blonde hair.
Jeff, I'm bringing Lynn Millwood back in. Tell Sergeant Miller.
I've got some news. The builders won't leave the house for the rest of the month.
Look, Alf, I've been meaning...
Oscar, let me finish. I know that I'm very welcome here, but it's not right. I mean, you're very generous, but I should be paying rent. I can't stay, and please don't be offended, Gina.
Trust me, she's not.
And The letter was waiting for me when I got to the house.
Letter?
From Ernie. Ernie's turned up trumps.
Ernie who?
Ernie! The premium bonds!
Electronic random number thingy.
Oh, so you've had a win. How much?
£50. And I thought, why not? While the house is being finished, a fishing trip. 2 weeks in Scotland for Oscar and me. If you're up for it, Oscar.
Oh, he's up for it, aren't you? You jammy little so-and-so.
You told us you'd never met Sonia Rumbold, but we have a witness who put you in the house on the day of the murder.
That tramp, was it? I went to see her. I was angry. I told her it were bound to come out. Mum would be in pieces. I didn't see why she shouldn't suffer too. But it was a mistake. She took it badly. I shouldn't have meddled.
And?
And nothing. That tramp came to the door, I left, went into town, met Ross, had lunch at the Fox, then went to the pictures.
Sonia Rumbold knew about you and your mother before Leslie came home that day. Why on earth didn't you tell us this?
I've done a lot of damage. I didn't want to do any more.
Get over to the Rumbold house. Take Weatherby with you. I will want a full statement from you, Miss Millward.
I'll try the back. Mrs. Rumbold.
I don't want you here. Go, please.
No, don't! Just put the gun down, eh? It's Leslie's gun, isn't it?
He got it off an SS officer. Or so he said. I believed everything he told me. Oh, why wouldn't I? Ignorance is bliss, eh? Until that girl came around.
You shot him, didn't you?
I knew what time he was due back. He was always punctual, I'll give him that. I hid behind the shrubs so that he wouldn't see me. I aimed for his head, but I missed. You should have seen his face. You searched the house. You didn't find anything, did you? You didn't find the gun. Men aren't comfortable looking in ladies' handbags, are they? Especially grieving widows. I shouldn't have shot Leslie. Not because he didn't deserve it, because he did. But he was my life. I've got nothing now.
I've got you.
Division have been on, Sergeant. CID are on the way. I told them they were a bit late.
I gather we've you to thank?
I just popped back to tap you for some money.
I gave you £1 yesterday.
Ah, well, that one was never really mine. I could feel it restless in my pocket, eager to fly away and join its friends.
There's a Salvation Army hostel near where I live. I could pay for a few nights if
I try to stop drinking. You're a good comrade, Georgie.
Sorry. Pint, please, Dawn. I've spent all day sorting that office out after Alf's got his hands on it.
Where is Alf? He's on a train up north with Oscar. Do you know, all I can think about is my bed. My eider down is calling my name.
Well, I've thought about what you said, and I'm going to make an effort with Sandy. I still love her, Gina. Always have.
Good.
Long time passing. Where have all the young men gone?
Are you fit?
Long time ago. Where have all the young men gone? Gonna soldiers, everyone. When will they ever?
I suppose it takes a certain type of man to be a bigamist.
Not me. I can't make one relationship work, let alone two.
I don't understand it. If you found the right girl, you wouldn't want anyone else.
You have a chef as well.
We certainly have. Gordon Blue.
There's a significant health hazard out there. We've got to find out.
You do not do anything that brings you to the attention of the coppers.
He's not a bad lad.
But who is he?